Good evening, everybody. Sorry, a wee bit late there. For some reason, my camera doesn't want to work on my computer. So, unfortunately, tonight you'll just have to pretend you can see me because you actually aren't going to be able to. Well, what an exciting time it is. Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow is the day that we can access the mini catalogue, which I can't wait to show you all, and the Celebration catalogue as well. So the Celebration catalogue has lots of free items for us in it. It's a great little book. It holds so much that can't wait to be able to show it to you. And the mini catalogue has some gorgeous things in it. I mean, you've seen some of the bits and pieces. We've been using them over the past month or so. However, tomorrow we can actually show you inside the catalogue, which is really, really exciting. Okay, so a little bit of a sneak peek of the colours for tonight. We're going pink tonight, and I'm going to make a card similar to this one. So it's got all these pleats on it, and so that means quite a bit of scoring, but let's hope we can get it right and get it sorted out. But this is what we're going to do this evening. I'm a little bit thrown by the fact that the camera hasn't come on actually, so it'll all be good, I'm sure. Alrighty, so what else is happening? We've got our last chance offers happening at the moment as well, and starting tomorrow we have a fantastic joining offer. So the joining offer is normally it's $235 worth of products for $169, which is an awesome savings on its own. But with the joining offer starting tomorrow, and I believe it's only going for 1 month until the end of February, you can get 2 sets of the Stampin' Right markers, as well as a stamp set, and that is on top of your $169 worth of product. So what a fantastic time to join. Absolutely fantastic. All that stuff for free. So that adds, I haven't added it up actually. I probably should have, but it adds a considerable amount of money of product to your starter kit. So you can put so much into this. You can still put your $235 worth into your starter kit, and then on top of that you get your 2 packs of Stampin' Right markers, and you get the stamp set that comes with it. So absolutely brilliant. Actually, it would be nice. I'd like to join again with that special coming on. I think it's a great one. So just let me have a quick look. I may be able to. So if you didn't want the Stampin' Right markers, you can add an extra $51 to your order. So so I've got the option here. Your choice of 2 marker sets from the Stampin' Right marker assortments: brights, neutrals, regals, and subtles, plus a beautiful stamp set exclusively designed to work with them. That adds an additional $162 value to your joining offer. That is a huge amount to add on to your joining offer. Absolutely fantastic. I can't wait until tomorrow. I will be going live again this time tomorrow evening. And then on Wednesday, I hope to go live at 1:30, I believe it is. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still trying to work around my work hours. So it's a little bit difficult, but I'm trying to get on more and more so that we can get some sort of an equilibrium going here. Okay, so to start off with, I am going to cut a card base, which I'm going to do with our basic white thick card. And our card base is going to be 5 3/4 by 8. So just let me pop these out of the way for a moment. And we'll do the 5 3/4, which is already there, by 8, which is also already there. So there's a card base already for us. So I'm just going to fold that. This is a way to make sure that you get your card bases folded exactly in half. Fantastic way to do it. You just butt it up against the top of the trimmer, and you can guarantee then that your card base is going to be folded directly in half. So that's our first thing for today. And then secondly, we are going to make before I make that, let's do, using just the normal white, not the thick, but the normal white. I'm going to make an insert. There's lots of stuff going everywhere here. Alrighty, so our insert is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So we do the 3 3/4 by the 5 1/2. That gives us the insert for the card. And then I'm also going to do a piece for this card, which I believe is 3 by 3 1/2. So let's see if I've got 3 1/2. I've got 3 1/2 that way. Let's see if I've got 3 this way. Oh, not quite. Let's do another piece so that we can make sure that we've got the right amount. So 3 by 3 1/2. And that's the piece that we're going to put through the embossing machine. Okay, so what we might do is actually put that through the embossing machine now. And the embossing folder that I'm going to use this afternoon is the eyelet embossing folder. So I'm going to take off the number 2 plate. I'm going to put the piece of card into the embossing folder. Now, when we use an embossing folder, just show you, I've got the machine in the way now. You always put it through with the closed end first, and you never ever come back with it. If you pull it back through, you'll end up with it looking like a duck's bill, and where there's a bit of, oh, hang on, what am I doing? Oh, maybe it's okay, let's take that out. Oh, let me have a look, see, what am I doing? That was really, really stiff to go through there. Maybe put the 2 back on. So we only need, oh, okay, we only need the one. Sorry, it's a 3D folder. So we only need the one and we need the number 4. I didn't read that. That'll teach me, won't it? Okay, so we pop it through like that and we take it out. And that has given us a beautifully embossed piece of card. All right. Sorry, maybe I didn't realise that was a 3D one. Put this down for the time being. So this is the number 4 plate that you use when you're using a 3D embossing folder. You just use the base plate and this one. But on the bottom plate of the cut and emboss machine, it tells you what you need for each. What you need for, you know, what plates you need for the sandwich. It's called a sandwich. That we put on the top there. So that's going to sit on the top there like that. But before that does that, we're going to do another base with the pink. And this base is going to be 5.5 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to go with the 3 3/4. And then the 5.5. And that's going to give us the first layer of our card. It's going to sit on there like this. And then this is going to sit up here like this. Looks a bit better now, doesn't it? Look dreadful before. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. So now we're going to cut the designer series paper, and this is going to be the fun bit, I can tell you, because there's lots of scoring in it. So the paper only needs to be 3 inches. So we'll do the 3 inches. And looks like that's just popped out. Do the 3 inches and then pull out the arm, because that then goes to the 11 inches. So let me make sure that was straight. Yep, all good. So what we're going to do now, hi everybody, sorry, you know me, I forget to look up there and check out who's, let me see who we've got. We have got, hi Elizabeth, hi Donna, lovely to see you. Hi Suzanne, hope everybody's well. Okay, so now we have to do a whole heap of scoring. So you're going to have to excuse me having a bit of a cheat sheet here, but this is how it's going. Alrighty, so we're first scoring at 1.5. Now there is actually a pattern to this, but trying to work it out is not easy. Then we're going to go to 2. Then we're going to go to 3 inches. Then 3.5. For a horrible minute there, I thought I was cutting it. Then 4.5. 5. 6. 6.5, just over the little humpy bit there. 7.5. 8. 9. And 9.5. Whew, that was quite a workout. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to turn this on to its end, and I'm going to just grab a pencil, because what we're going to do is in the middle of this, so this is 3, so we're going for 1.5. So right in the, sorry you can't see that, right in the groove area here of the trimmer, I'm going to put that at 1.5, and I'm just going to make a little mark at the top there, and I'm going to do the same at the bottom. That can always be rubbed out afterwards. All right, now also we need one at the 5-inch mark. So that's this one here. And we need one at the 6-inch mark, which is this one here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut from this mark here that we made on the short end. The first one is going to go to the 6-inch mark here, and we just make sure that that's lined up nicely. Oh, and I just moved that. Wonderful. And we're going to cut that off. And now we're going to do the other one, which goes from that mark there to, oops, looks like I cut through the paper. You know when I said I thought I'd cut through the paper? Well, I did. Let's hope that we can make it work. And that one then cuts through the 6-inch mark. All right. Okay. So then comes the folding. We'll get rid of these 2 little bits here because we're not going to need those. And it comes to the folding, and I'm going to see if I can manage that without. So to start off with, it's just a case of putting all the folds in place. So they can all go the same way, just to start off with. There's a couple of pieces here that have gone right through, so we're going to clearly have to be a little bit more gentle when it comes to doing the scoring. Okay, so if you want a little bit of, if you can have a look at this one, you can see that there's a bit of the back showing. So if you want it to look like that, so the first side you fold and you go fold it that way. So you do a mountain and then a valley, and then a valley and a mountain, and then a valley and a mountain. That gives you your little darker color piece there, and then we'll just make sure that that's nice, and this is where I'm really hoping that we're not going to come unstuck with those. So we do the mountain and the valley, and then we do a mountain again. Hang on, sorry, we do a valley again and a mountain, and the valley and the mountain. So that gives us that nice little thing, and we just see peeking through there, we can just see the back side poking through. Now there's a couple of ways that we can keep this together while we work with it, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to keep together. So the best thing is I turn it upside down. For me, I use a couple of strips of tear and tape, and I hold it together and pop it across like that. Don't curl up on me. And then I'll do another one just a little bit further down. This is just going to make it easier to put on the on the main card. Okay, so as you can see, there's our little pleated part there, which we are going to put onto here. So yes, it does look a bit big at the moment, but it won't. Before I put that on, what I want to do is actually pop this piece onto here, and that way then I can cover it. So I'll get the glue out, and I'll pop that onto there. And just a bit of extra glue, because so that it can go into the debossed side of the embossing. So we will pop that across the top there. That's what I love about this glue. If you don't get it right the first time, you get a little bit of extra time to stick it. Now what we want to do, excuse me, what we want to do is we want to pop this over here, and these two bits here are going to fold underneath. Okay, so we can take off the tear and tape. Where is that wonderful little tool? So we can take off the tear and tape. Oh, Suzanne, I did this many years ago. I went into some of my old stuff, and I found a whole heap of my old, so we need to just make sure that this is about even. I found a whole lot of my old patterns, and they are just so handy. Now all I'm going to do now, and clearly that wasn't even because it's not the same both sides, but we'll just pop this over and stick it down, and the same with this side, over and stick it down. They're fun to do, Elizabeth. I was quite surprised when I did it again, and I mean, it's so much easier really with the trimmer, because I used to use the old-fashioned scoring board, or old-fashioned, I mean, a lot of people still use them, don't they? But the scoring board, and you know, the measuring, and mark each piece off first and then move along. Wow, so how times have changed, hey? But it was, when I saw this one, I thought, oh, I've got to give that one another go. So here I am giving it another go. Now, just for the top part, I just want to do a thin strip, just to go across this piece here. Okay, so let me have a look. I'm pretty sure I measured it somewhere. I think it was only 3/4 of an inch or something or the other. All right, let's do it. Let's just do it. We'll do it, well, let's do it an inch, and then if it's too much, well, I suppose it would be just as easy, wouldn't it, to get that and to get the ruler and to say, you did it at 3/4 of an inch, Ray. Okay. So the good thing about going live at this time of the night is that I have detailed hubby off. I believe I did this at 5. And he's in there cooking dinner for when I finish. I love that idea. I really love that idea. Okay. So let's take that out. And then I've got this will sit now across the top of here and fold over the sides just like the other piece. Okay. So I'm not really very good with this stuff, but I'm going to use this because it has that bit more stick, if you like, than if I was to use the glue. So this is the strong one, and I am going to just make sure that it's not overhanging the edge. I'm going to stick this across here like this, and then peel it off the mat and pop that over that way and pop that over that way. And that gives us a nice little top piece to our card. Now, this one, as you can see, I used a yellow. I'm just thinking I've got two oh, look, it's so difficult to know when to do your lives, isn't it? And because of working, I find it difficult to choose. And it's either right on people's lunch times or I do it in the evening. So I thought, well, okay, a couple of times a week. So I want to get it up to about 3 times a week. A couple of times a week I'll do it in the evening, which makes it easier for me. And then another time I will do it of lunchtime or something like that. Right, 2 different ribbons here, just to put a ribbon on the front there. I've got the what's this one called? It just says satin ribbon, doesn't it? Of course it does. So I've got the red with the gold, and I have the one with all the glistening, iridescent, that's the word, Lorraine, the iridescent ribbon. So I can either do a bow on the front with that one, or I can do a bow with this one. So let me know, red or clear, and in the meantime, I will stick this card front onto the front of the card. So I am going to, sorry, I always forget it. I'm going to try and work out why my camera it was working this afternoon. I checked it all out, sat here, made sure everything was working, and I come and sit down to do this and it says can't find camera, make sure that it's not being used by something else. Well, funny me. Okay, so just popping that on there to look like that. All right, and And what have we got? Everyone's saying the sheer one. Are they? Donna likes the sheer one. Okay, Elizabeth, we'll see you later. Thank you. And all right, looks like it's the sheer one. You're just testing me, aren't you, to make sure that I can do a bow with this. I must admit, I do tend to waste ribbon, but I've started putting it in a bag because when you see the card that I'm making tomorrow night, you'll see that I was able to actually use a piece of the ribbon that I had put into a bag as well. Maybe I'll use it one day, and I did use it. Okay, so my husband's been out today cleaning out our caravan, and it is amazing the stuff we found in there. We haven't used it for quite a considerable time. Sorry, I'm faffing with this bow, aren't I? There we go. Let's do that. That should do. And we found a whole load. He found a whole load of clothes in there, and he brought them in, and he goes, "Here, I think these are yours." I said, "Well, they're not going to be much good now because I've put on so much weight that they're not going to fit me." So it was quite depressing, actually. Alrighty, so there's our ribbon. Put that down. Doesn't want to sit properly, which we will pop there in a moment. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you can see with this one, I put all the little sparkles up the top. Well, I can do a similar thing with this one because it also has, where are they? Now, I had them here for sure. You know what it's like? You put them down and then you never see them again. All right, I'll just grab a new packet. I will not far away. And I'll grab it. These are actually one of my favorites. I love anything sparkly like this. So I've actually put a lot of my embellishments into bags so that they're easier to find. Alrighty, so now I'm going to show you another little trick. Let me move the ribbons out of the way. With this fantastic little tool here. Okay, so the pointy end is good for taking the backs off of your dimensionals, picking up your dimensionals, peeling off the back of tear and tape. It has 1,000,001 uses. The other end of it has, oops, like putty. And if you just mold it a little bit, make it a little bit sticky, you can pick up, I just want to use the smaller ones of these, but you can just slide it and pick up. You're not supposed to stay on there though. Maybe it's too hot here today. Gosh, I'll try that again. If it doesn't work, I'll just tip it to the other end. So, okay, let's try again. So you can just pick up your little, do you know, it wants to stick on it. There we go. Just move it across. And we'll pop that one there. Oh, look, I'm dreadful. I think I know where everything is. And then all of a sudden, hey, presto, there it was gone. And I'm just going to pop some of these. I know this is rather extravagant, but hey, it does look pretty in the end. And I don't put a sentiment on the front of this one. Are you going to stick or are you not? I'm going to end up going back to the other end because I think it might be a bit warm in here and it doesn't like it. So as you can see, you can also use the pointy end to pop your little sparklies where you need them. Don't they look pretty? Reminds me of an old-fashioned bed head where they used to have the quilted, or is it quilted or whatever they used to call it? Used to look lovely with the buttons in it. Oh gosh, now I'm showing my age, I suppose. Okay, so we'll just pop these on here. I think I'll just leave it at that. And now we'll get the, what do you think? How does that look? And we'll pop a glue dot or two. Might put a couple on there because it's sliding around a little bit. Okay, pop a couple of glue dots. Now the whole thing wants to twist. And I'm going to pop that down on the middle. Typical, isn't it, when you want it to sit properly and it doesn't want to. There we go. So there is the front part of the card. The caravan seats, Donna. Oh, you mean where to look underneath? Oh gosh, yeah, well, he's found all sorts of stuff. Most of it I don't want to know about because it's certainly not going to fit me now. Yeah, alrighty. So here we have the insert, and what I did was I stole, first off, where's that piece of paper? Because I'm going to pop this down here. So just let me cut, I might just cut it off. Let me do it properly. Okay, so can't remember how wide that is now. 3 3/4. And I don't want it that way, do I? I want it this way. By 5 1/2. Okay, so let's cut this off at 5 1/2. Just there. And I will pop that down there like that. One on there, and up to there. Alrighty, so that brings just a little bit of the inside to the outside. And I'm going to stamp now. Here we go. I'm actually going to use a stamp out of the sketched butterflies. And I'm going to use the Wishing You a Beautiful Birthday stamp. That's the one. Yep. Okay. And I'm just going to get, I knew I'd forget to get something out. So I'm just going to use the pretty ink use the green thing? What will I use? That's the one I'm looking for. I'll use the Petunia Pop because I believe it's a wee bit darker. And I'll get a block. Alrighty. This is a scary moment, isn't it? So just make sure I've got plenty of ink on there, and I'm going to pop that. Oh, a little bit of a smudge. I think I can get away with that somehow. So that's that. And then from the birthday suite, haha, I stole. I'm going to have to get another pack of that birthday suite just so that I get the cutout parts, because I tell you, I have used so many and they are so good for doing this sort of thing. I think I might just pop. I'll put this. I don't really like popping things up on the inside, but I'm just maybe leave it a bit of space. Put a bit of glue around the middle. Oh yes, Donna. The caravan seats did have that as well. Yeah, absolutely. And then we're going to go with just a little tiny bit of glue. I had to laugh the other day because the girls at work, when I was at home, suddenly realized that I was doing a live. So they decided that they would get on and watch it. And then I had, you do know sometimes we couldn't see what you were doing, didn't you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm aware of that. It's really hard when you're actually doing it to, to remember to put everything up under the screen. You do know this. And literally I was like, I'm beginning to wish you hadn't watched. But no, they were very good about it. So there's our insert for the card. So we'll just pop some glue onto that. And we'll put that. Don't move it like that, Lorraine. Goodness me. Just as well it's Tombow, isn't it? There we go. And that is not very straight. So, because I have that bit of whatever up there, let's see if I can cover it with one of these. Oh, look at that. See, you'd never know, would you? And I'm not going to count the front to make sure that that I've got an uneven amount, but there you go. So that is the card. If you wanted to, I suppose you could sort of leave some of these off the middle and you could put a sentiment on the top. I just happen to like it like it is, so that's how I decided to do it today. And there's the insert of the card. Alrighty, so that's me, and my goodness, that didn't take me quite as long as I thought it was going to, so that's really good too. All right, okay, so I'm coming on live again tomorrow at around about the same time at 6:30. Hopefully I'll have my other camera working. I really have no idea what's wrong with it at all, but I will sort it out hopefully by tomorrow. It was working, like I said, this afternoon. That's what I get. That's what I get for trying to get everything so right before we come. So there's our card for today. And tomorrow I may do a quick run through on what we have in the new mini catalogue that's coming up, which is so exciting, and what you're able to get for free with different with $100 orders or $200 orders. I've also put up today that I'm doing my my what I used to call the card of the month club. Basically, I'll make 4 cards. I'll include everything that you need to make those 4 cards with a little bit extra. And it can be posted out or you can pick it up from here. The great thing about this, and I found this in the past, was that people who couldn't come to classes were still able to take part and make the cards. There's also some people who don't like leaving the house, and it's great for them too, because they do get the opportunity to take part in something even though they find it difficult to leave the house. So it's really good. So it's $35 if you pick it up from me, or it's $45 if I post it. The good thing about it being posted is that it can go to pretty much anywhere in Australia. Alrighty, thank you so much for today, and hopefully I will see you back here again this time tomorrow. Thank you very much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.